Greetings, I am Thorsten Soulswind from the Thorsten Viking tribe. We are known for our worship of Thor and our stonemasonry. Thor Uxtien in Enska, or English, that's Thor and stone. I am here to regale you with the story of a Viking. Not any Viking story, those are aplenty, but one that begins with death. Set in a Viking's afterlife, known as Valheim. It is a Viking's final challenge to prove our worth of a place in the great halls of Valhalla. Join me as I share with you a Viking's journal on a journey through Valheim. My story begins on the battlefield. 3 enemies charged towards me, and with a swing of my battle axe, 2 of them fell before they could even raise their weapons. The third one was fast. He dodged. I was fast too, my axe already poised to strike down the unfortunate foe. I was the unfortunate one. I felt something pierce my left shoulder. Must have been one of those cowardly archers firing from range. They would stand no chance against a Viking in hand-to-hand combat. Darkness clouded my eyes as I fell to the ground, but I felt myself continue falling. Silence and peace took over, and the pain was gone, but I was still falling. Then I felt the wind brush my face, and a new pain in my shoulder. No, shoulders. A different type of pain. It was gentler. I heard the flutter of wings, heard thunder, and felt what must have been rain. I opened my eyes and saw a large shadow above me. I'm gliding through the sky, and the pain was caused by what seemed to be talons gently digging into my shoulders. Suddenly, we were descending and fast. I noticed what looked like ritualistic arrangement of stones, and before I knew it, the creature dropped me onto the flat slab of stone right in the center. Shaking off the initial shock from the abrupt landing, I saw strange carvings on the stones that sat upright. I saw the creature that bore me here. Hugin, my guide in Valheim. I was instructed to slay some forsaken creatures, and the stones around me would guide me to the first of them, Eikthyr. Who are they? I've heard the elder tribesmen speak of them, but no one had seen them. Descriptions were vague. I need more answers, but Hugin departed. I can see the sun. It probably meant that there's going to be daylight and night. And somehow, I found that I had a torch, but before I could wonder how it got where it did, I heard sinister grunting and snorting. I turned to my right just in time to witness a greyling running towards me. Instinctively, I ran, but decided I should fight. The fatigue in me had not dissipated, and my fists went wide. Although I took out the greyling eventually, fist fights weren't going to keep me alive, and I needed weapons. I was proven right when I could not take down a deer. So frustrated I was, I took it out on the tree nearby, only succeeding in bruising my fists and my pride. What am I supposed to do now? I need to get food and maybe shelter. I can't survive on just mushrooms alone. Just then, Hugin reappeared. It told me that in Valheim, we will go hungry. Maybe I could fashion some tools from wood and stones. Hugin was quick to rein in my excitement, reminding me that I had forgotten all my crafts and that I needed to pick up the corresponding materials to help me recall. The rest of daylight went by quickly as I hunted boars, gathered materials, and fended off greylings. the time I had spotted something interesting, it was almost dusk. It looked like an abandoned hut, but before I could explore it, I noticed two skeletons in the distance. And it seemed that one of them noticed me as well, for it came my way. I soon figured that hiding wouldn't work and ran again. Looking over my shoulder, I observed that the skeleton was significantly damaged. I tried to take him out and barely survived as its sword sliced across my abdomen. I was wounded, but I survived. The deserted hut contained a wooden chest that held a feather and another torch. One day those would be useful, but for now I needed a shelter as I could feel the night rapidly approaching. This hut would make a good temporary shelter. I found more abandoned huts nearby and dismantled one of them for the building materials, just in time for nightfall. As soon as I placed the bed that I've crafted, Hugin appeared. It shocked me. Why does it always appear unannounced? And in this darkness, he looked scary. But at least I am safe, and I could study him, albeit under the flickering torchlight. Hugin appeared to be a black raven, glowing blue eyes, one on each side of its noggin, complete with a long, sharp beak. It stood on 2 feet like a raven would, each having 3 toes, all ending in sharp talons, whose peers I've yet forgotten. The purpose for its appearance this time, though, was an advice to sleep the night away and to prepare some spare equipment lest something untoward happened. I had gotten ready for the first night in Valheim. Time passed so quickly today, but so many things happened too. I had already fought greylings, skeletons, and boars, gathered wood, stones, and recalled many crafts. I was fatigued, yet I stayed awake. Many thoughts raced through my mind as I gazed into the crude campfire. It seemed the tales I've heard about the creatures of Valheim were true. Grey dwarves did inhabit this land, and the greyling was the weakest amongst them. What's more important is that Valheim's creatures are easily attracted to fires. That was probably why the first greyling attacked. I had my torch out. An unexplainable fear kept me awake. The tales also spoke of Valheim's creatures' distaste towards crafting benches. I thought them to be nonsense and ridiculous hearsays, but with the greylings and the torch, I had begun to worry. What if?